near the 32-yard line for a first down, and Mayfield wrapped up.
It's a nickel blitz. You're going to have a player coming off the edge from the right side. Gets in there. Baker Mayfield is still fighting. There's no whistle blown, so they clean him up.
It was Billy Bowman Jr., the rookie fourth-round pick out of Oklahoma.
McCarthy out of the gun, going to throw against pressure here on 3rd and 2, and he's going to be brought down as the Falcons get to him, bringing the extra man. And it'll be a 3-and-out. James Pierce Jr., one of the 2 first-round picks that they got to rush the passer, gets there for his first full sack. Both backs in now, Mason and Jones. McCarthy pressure, and he's going to go down. Go down, but it'll be a sack as they closed in on him with the veteran Leonard Floyd. Wherever he goes, he gets 8 or more sacks in the last few years. He's got one here. From the 7-yard line, JJ pressure on from behind. No, it's not advocated. Beg your pardon, Jalen Walker around the edge, the rookie out of Georgia with the sack in this first half.
And the problem remains the same here. Until Christian Darrisaw comes back, Justin School is going to have to get help, and they understood that they had to help him more in this game than they did last time. They rolled the dice on that one and paid the price.
That is the Butkus Award winner. They're on the sideline watching. 3rd and goal. McCarthy escaping and will be tracked down. So this draft instant impact as James Pierce was one of the 2 there. So McCarthy takes over at the 20. You see his numbers in this first half. High snap from the new center. McCarthy has to protect the ball as he is sacked again. It's 5 for the Falcons in this first half.
Woo, this has not been a good half for the Minnesota Vikings, and you can tell it is just McCarthy's trying to get it figured out. They've thrown a lot of different looks at him. They've thrown a lot of different stunts and blitzes, and they're going to have to really simplify to start the second half.
Can he bookend the week with another big quarter? Not starting like that. Ball's out and recovered by Divine Diablo. The pressure came from Zach Harrison, twisting McCarthy and forcing the fumble.
Unbelievable. This pressure is going to come right off the edge, and not one person gets a finger on a defensive edge player. It's just, I don't. This is a team that's well coached. They averaged 27 points a game last year. They went 14-3. Sam Darnold was the quarterback. They make a change, and right now they don't look like they really understand the offense.
Young, pocket collapsing, and he's brought down.
Guess who?
Caden Ellis. He's been all over it today.
I couldn't see who it was, but he came around the edge to force him back into Ellis. Ellis comes up, he beats the back. Oh, there it is. The nice was 27, Princely. Pierce, James Pierce.
That's the rookie, one of those.
And no Terry McLaurin, quad injury, no surgery, no IR. Mariota in trouble and can't get out of it. Stumbles down, second effort, and they're going to mark him down at the 26-yard line. Zach Harrison among those putting the pressure on Mariota.
Zach Harrison's right here. He's going to make an inside move.
Dan had that deep tuck of the yellow shirt. Mariota devoured.
Took just 8 yards in his first 4 carries. Pump fake from Allen, and he's not going to be able to escape. And after the football, he kept a hold of it, but Luke Aroro dropping him right near the line of scrimmage.
That's a nice cage rush by the front 4, just rushing with lane discipline, run a little game inside, but you can see on the outside, they're just trying to put the vice on him. You can see the first rounder.
Anderson, a guard who cross-trains at center. They bring pressure right away. Allen's going to be swarmed and dropped. And Allen is now holding his arm as he rolls on the turf. D. Alford and Divine Diablo block the pressure.
You're just going to see it here. He's just going to loop around. You got both him and D. Alford coming free right down the pipe on Josh Allen.
Ball came out late, actually kind of before his knee hit. It was recovered by the Bills.
Just play to the integrity of the defense. Don't panic. And Atlanta's in good shape.
Allen giving a new lease on life, but still heated up, and they never get him down. Just a bear hug and a whistle. Yamada got him that time. Allen sacked for a third time.
And there's that blitz percentage. Almost 50% on dropbacks this year.
Don't forget the tackle for loss on 2nd and 1. He created the third down. Allen can't escape. He's going to be dropped right near the line of scrimmage. Sam Roberts wouldn't let him go.
Now they're playing 5-on-5. Atlanta defensively. They know that Josh, his legs are going to be a huge part of that. Really.
Still on the sideline for San Francisco. More on Purdy as we go through this opening quarter. But it's Jones looking to get away and not going anywhere. Sacked for a loss of a couple of people. Who did not get to the quarterback last year. Doing a great job this year. Zach Harrison in there to start.
And they're just going to rush 4 to one side, to the strong side here, and trying.
And here they come, 6-man rush, and down he goes. And Ellis led the brigade for the Falcons. The number 2 defense in the NFL. They lose 8, and they're back to the 27. The punting unit is on the field for the Fins.
Well, keep an eye. He's going to be coming off the slot here. He's going right through.
On first down, May steps up and taken down. And that is LaCale London on the play for the Falcons defense in what could be the final play of the first quarter. May, pressure coming, and he is dropped. And it was Brandon Dorlus getting in the backfield for the sack.
You know you're going to get from Atlanta. How quickly can you get the ball out of your hands? How quick can the ball go from quarterback to receiver? And if they make you hold the football, if the coverage is tight downfield, and they make you hold it an extra count, that allows that pressure that Jeff Ulbrich is running at Drake May.
Was supposed to start. May, pressure coming, he lost the football. It's free, scooped up by Pierce on the return, and Campbell trips him up. What a play by Will Campbell, but the Falcons get it with 23 seconds to go.
Walker, he's coming around right here on the outside, and he's going to come inside on a stunt. Gets there. Drake May doesn't have 2 hands on the football. Walker's able to poke it out. And that, you said, Charles, the dynamic duo of those 2 guys being able to come up with a play with just a 4-man rush, and they're running a game. And what I love is that Pierce picked the ball up, seeing that there was space.
But just enough of themselves, Atlanta's got to find a way to get it done.
May pump fakes, lost the football again. It's loose, and Drake May was able to fall on it. Henderson, the running back. May feeling the pressure, and he is sacked. Finished off by Orororo.
First 99 inside. Look at him working on Bradbury, pushing. And there's Orororo over the top, and Roberts at his feet.
And then watch Walker. He's just going to push Will Campbell right back into the face of Drake May. Walker's a guy, he's been all over the field. We've watched him in coverage. We've watched him get after the quarterback.
And having taken off a decent amount of time.
May steps up and goes down. Brandon Dorlus has been everywhere today for this Falcons defense, which continues to play without Leonard Floyd. He has not been ruled out, but questionable to return with a hamstring injury.
Jones is going to scramble again and isn't going to get much. He got chased down that time.
Brought back to the fumbling spot. Second down, Indianapolis.
So it is a fumble, but it goes back to the spot of the fumble because it went out of bounds. That ball went out right before he went down, but when it rolls out of bounds, nobody collects it. It goes back to the spot of the fumble.
It's 2 big breaks for the Colts already today.
2nd and 1. Falcons bring extra bodies to get to Daniel Jones for the sack. Caden Ellis is there. And their leading tackler comes in with a big play, and it brings up 3rd down. Back at the 39-yard line.
Wow, the one thing that you can't have happen, 2nd and short situation if you're Daniel Jones. Come back, good coverage on the back end, but find a way to get rid of the football.
Jones having to move to his left. That ball is out. A flag is thrown as well as he jumped back on top of it. Jalen Walker, the excellent rookie, brought pressure.
See him from the top of your screen, but they are so excited about their rookie class. Jalen Walker creating the pressure and the fumble right there. James Pierce, Xavier Watts, Billy Bowman. I mean, they got a great young nucleus of players on the defensive side.
Bates showing pressure. Here he comes. Now drops back. Jones under pressure. That ball is out. Big time hit again. Indianapolis over a couple of times. They have Pierce and Walker, the rookies, hook up.
They're a good drive, so hopefully it won't come to 4th down here in a long 3rd down situation.
Extra body coming for Atlanta on the blitz. Jones steps up and gets brought down. Dorless finishes it off. 3rd sack in the last 2 games, and it's 4th down.
Great hustles. Good job by Jonathan Taylor to pick up the blitz. Daniel Jones is trying to escape out of there. Dorless, nice job coming off of that, making the tackle, getting him around the ankles and forcing the field goal.
The blitz-heavy Falcons bring pressure on Jones, and down he goes, back near the 40-yard line. It off.
And how many times has this young defense stepped up, bringing pressure, challenging? Young guys coming from both sides. Man, nowhere to go with the football for Daniel Jones. No way to escape, and another huge sack from this Falcons defense.
Down on the tailback, play action that way. And Young is wrangled and dropped. He's sacked all the way back at the 13-yard line by the rookie out of Tennessee, James Pierce Jr. He and Walker have been menacing together recently.
They were just what the doctor ordered when the draft came around. They needed some pass rush help. See the long arms, continues to keep working at it. Rips around Aquanu, who...
Bryce Young, a long opportunity to survey it. Pressure coming anyway. It's Bowman. Everybody knew it was going to happen, and he still spikes down Young.
Well, he shows it early. Young sees it, and he checks. Although there was clearly a miscommunication up front, because he's still a free runner to hit Young.
Down on the tailback. Bryce Young on the roll. He pumps. He leans, and he's dragged down. Caden Ellis before Young could get there. Ellis holds the line. What a tackle.
Check out Caden Ellis here on that 4th down stop. Just an incredible job of diagnosing the play. Look at him. Respects the run, still gets to the outside. Able to tackle Young before he gets the sticks.
Watts coming up to the line for the safety spot. They will bring the pressure. Watts got there. Young spins out of it, keeps his feet, and down he goes. It's Harrison finishing the deal after the pressure from Watts.
Harrison finishing it. Ellis would have had a shot, and they're bringing an all-out pressure. Young checked like he knew what he had. I don't know why he's not getting rid of the football.
Worst red zone efficiency in the NFL for New Orleans. Now Shuck back in, trying to escape. He cannot get away from Brandon Dorless, who is playing excellent football the last month of the year. Now 5.5 sacks this season for the second-year man out of Oregon.
Now, this is a good job by this front. Look, they are built for speed in the pass rush, especially just in drop-back situations. But again, you start talking about red.
They spread it out for Shuck. Trying to maneuver in the pocket as it collapses, and James Pierce, the rookie out of Tennessee, has been playing great football for this defense lately. He's part of the sack attack for Atlanta.
Yeah, you know this about empty. You got to get that ball out because you're really putting your offensive lineman on an island.
They've converted 3 times on 3rd down. Shuck There's some of the pocket movement, but he's going to get chased down by Jalen Walker, the other rookie opposite of Pierce, who's had a really productive stretch as the starter for Atlanta on the edge.
Yeah, he has been such an exciting player for them. Somebody that Raheem Morris was just glowing about when.
They're down in 3. Pressure coming. Pierce again. Brings down Shuck near the 30-yard line. The rookie has been relentless. Second of the day for the number 26 pick out of Tennessee.
Yeah, both these guys. Jalen Walker on one side, James Pierce Jr. on the other side.
Walked on at Utah and earned a scholarship a couple years after. There's Shuck moving around and another Atlanta sack. 5th of the day, and it's Rook Orororo, the second-year man out of Clemson, finishing it off.
Yeah.
And they're building this 3-by-1 again. They may be trying to do level routes or out routes on the outside.
3rd down at 18, and Taylor is sacked. Leonard Floyd, you've been talking about him all day long, and this Falcons defense, 3rd of the league in sacks. They've had at least 5. Get the ball back, start from their 14-yard line. Taylor in trouble, down he goes, back at the 5.
James Pierce, their 1st-round pick. He's been on a tear the past 3 or 4 weeks. He's going against their rookie, does a spin move on Armand Membu. Beats him like a drum, gets the sack.
But it bounced back, very promising as they head down the final stretch of the season.
3rd down and 12. Darnold under pressure. Darnold is sacked at the 1. James Pierce, 5th straight game with a sack for the rookie from Tennessee.
And this is one of the big things. These young guys coming off the edge is one of the reasons that everybody is excited about this team coming in from the left side, working against Charles. Yeah, you go out and you get a couple of guys specifically for special teams from a coverage standpoint, and it hasn't panned out. And we'll get into why that field goal was blocked.
How about the sack of Sam Darnold from Kentavious Street, his first of the season?
2nd down, 10. Mayfield dancing, looking for some room. No, sir. Tackle to the 44-yard line. James Pierce, cover a future Hall of Famer.
Going to happen.
Yep. Meanwhile, the last thing you want to do here is take a sack, but he does. 1st and goal after the penalty. Mayfield slips, falls, down he goes at the 13-yard line. Footing gave way. Dorless gets credit for the sack. 2nd and goal.
Yeah, nobody open. They kind of sat back here, played softer coverage, just relied.
Mayfield, look out. Gets swallowed up. LaCale London gets in there. He'll get credit for the sack.
And Jeff Albrecht continuing to bring the pressure. I think he senses the importance of this drive. And this is who they are and who they...
And they split him 2 by 2. Mayfield stepping up. And he's going to try to step away, but can't go very far. And that's going to take us to the 2-minute warning, 4th down. Jesse Bates is the first guy to get in there.
Payne Durham, he's a tight end that known as a blocker. Baker Mayfield gets pressured, but if he would have had time, look at Payne Durham, just a bust. Nobody was with him. Nobody took him. And the way Baker can locate and find receivers.
It's cool to see an elite athlete's awareness of growth over the course of the season. Brissett felt the rush, and that didn't matter. Down he goes. Arnold Ebiketie around the corner. Onyemata was involved as well, and a sack for Atlanta.
It's hard to respect the play action pass fakes when you really know this team 7 out of 10 times is throwing the football.
Brissett is hit and dropped. Sacked by Brandon Dorless. 2nd-year man out of Oregon who has his 8th sack of the season. This relentless defensive line gets a loss of 9.
The Falcons.
The Rams came into this game wanting to pound them, and they were unable to get any running game going.
Here is a sack by Orororo.
He's up to 3.5 on the year. And now with the clock winding and no timeouts being taken, a loss of 9, it's 3rd down, and it looks like this is going to be a 21-point game at the half.
Yeah, Ruka.
All right, Lisa, thank you. 38-yard kick returned by Whittington as Stafford is sacked again. Brandon Dorless, what a year he's had. 8.5 sacks in 15 games played and a loss of 7. Second most pass breakups and leads the team now with 4 picks. Stafford's in trouble and wrapped up by Leonard Floyd. And that field goal unit will come on 4th down. Just when the Rams started to feel good about things, protection breaks down.
Yeah, they run a stunt here, and
after 1 yard loss, the blitz. Shuck. And looked like he faked it and was sacked right at the 47 by Katavius Street. 54th sack of the season for Atlanta.
Well, great. I mean, first off, great blitz pickup.
Shuck capable of running, but he can't get away. Brought down at the 15-yard line. And D. Alford coming in from that secondary along with London. London.
Yeah, and this is what happens when you're a young running back. You've got to be in search. You got to get across here off the edge blitz, and that's the guy.
Fake. Shuck didn't see anything over there. He's pointing, and he's going to be brought down. James Pierce. Well, it's a sack officially for the rookie Pierce, who now has 9.5 and no foul on that.
Yeah, no, that's a good call. And his hand comes off the back, doesn't go backwards.
Tyler Shuck in some trouble here, and there's another sack for James Pierce and this Atlanta defense. Coverage was good downfield.
Oh, just edge presence. We talked about it. Let's go ahead and draft ourselves some edge players here and let